Greetings, AMCers. Welcome to Script to Screen. Today, I am really excited to be joined by one of the few actors who has proven himself in drama, action, and comedy. He's a star of both television and the big screen, and now his new film, La Mission, has been selected to be one of the initial films shown in the new AMC program, AMC Independent. Today, I'm really excited to be joined by Mr. Benjamin Bratt. Benjamin, how you doing?
Good, John. How's things? Good?
Yeah, going really well. Listen, why don't we start off with you telling us all about your new movie, La Mission?
La Mission is a story that's focused in the Mission neighborhood of San Francisco, which is my hometown. And at the center of the story is a relationship between a father and son. The father is an old-school lowrider, a reformed bad boy who now devotes himself to restoring and building beautiful lowrider cars, hanging out with his middle-aged Mission homies. And at the center of his world is his 18-year-old son, Jess, who is his pride and joy. Jess is an honor student about to go off to UCLA, and someone that the father, Che, is very, very proud of. But then the father discovers that his boy is gay. And within that community, he obviously has a violent reaction to that news and beats him publicly in the street. So the film then becomes a kind of an examination of how Che will ultimately try to find a place of tolerance or acceptance in his heart.
Now, in La Mission, you actually work with your brother, who is the director and the writer, Peter Bratt, and you guys have worked together before, back to 1996 with the film Follow Me Home. Tell us, on set, in a creative process, what's it like working with your own brother?
It's pretty remarkable, actually. It's wonderful. Peter has always been my best friend ever since early childhood, and whether we were working or playing together, and we've done a lot of work together, you know, everything from sharing a paper route to pulling weeds to building fences or decks, or working on houses, painting, to making films. It's always been fun. Work seems to equate to play with us. Of course, you know, when you take it to a filmmaking level, the stakes are much higher. You're working with literally hundreds of other people in what I consider to be the ultimate collaborative process. But it's never less than exciting and never less than challenging, and that's partly why we love doing it. It's a bit like problem solving. Much like life, you know, making films is overcoming obstacles. But he's always been my best ally. He knows I got his back, and he certainly has mine. And the good news is that we're very much artistically aligned. And so what I have in the form of my brother, my best friend, is someone who's an exceptionally good writer, an amazing creative mind who with a passion for telling intimate stories about our communities, and someone who knows how to write for me as an actor, which is a rare combination. And so I'm very, very lucky to have him as my producing partner.
In reading up about this movie, one of the most interesting things, or one of the most interesting facts I found about it, was that the Mission, La Mission, is actually the neighborhood where you guys grew up. What's it like going back there to film a movie not only there, but about the place where you grew up?
Well, you know, it remains a neighborhood that's very much a part of my life. I don't live in San Francisco anymore, but most of my family does, and so it's not like I've been away from it at any given time for too long. I've seen its evolvement over the past several decades, from when I was a child in the 60s and 70s, and it remains at its heart and soul a place that's very Latino in nature. And so that cultural vibrancy, that cultural pride remains there. What was so wonderful about shooting the film in what amounted to my backyard as a kid was that a lot of the people I grew up with still live there and still thrive in the neighborhood.
Right.
And so every day, whether we were shooting out on the streets in the daytime or some of the lowrider sequences at night, felt like a block party. You know, we put people that we went to junior high school in little cameo roles. We actually hired non-actors for leading roles in the film, people who had never acted before in their lives, to fulfill some of the pivotal roles within the film, in particular some of the younger actors, because you're not going to find that same authenticity, that same strut from actors who don't know the neighborhood, if you will. So it was a pretty remarkable process. And I think what really helped was that as we began the process, we went to speak to some of the community leaders and told them of our intentions. Our intention ultimately was to create a kind of cinematic love letter to this neighborhood and to the people that live there that we still hold dear, and we wanted to involve them in the process. And the result is now that we're open, is the community's really taking it to heart.
Now, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, your film, La Mission, has been one of the first movies selected to play in the new AMC program, AMC Independent. Can you tell us just in a minute what it means for your film to be a part of AMC Independent?
My brother and I really feel a tremendous sense of gratitude to AMC in general, because what's interesting is when we first put the film together, other studios that we took it to, they didn't, because they couldn't define who the marketplace the film was for, or what the audience demographic would be, they didn't want to touch it. But what we found is that it is both art house and crossover, and AMC has been tremendously supportive of the film. And in fact, some of the art houses we opened in, they've already kicked us out. But AMC has given us a connection to the people. The AMC theater chain is where the people go to watch movies, and it's where we've done our best business, and I think it's in large part due to the openness of mind that your company has had, and we're really, really grateful to you.
Well, Benjamin, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Congratulations on La Mission. Congratulations on its inclusion in AMC Independent, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
Take care.